Hey everyone, it's Strategic Command and going to play my first game. So let's search for the first game. I only play allies. I just find it distracting to have both Axis and allies games going, and I feel like I'm a better allies player. We've got our first game, Hacker Ironclad, and the opponent is going to be Fearless Phil. And it looks like he's online. So I'm going to start with a classic 4 infantry, 2 tank buy. And also the classic West Russia and Ukraine attacks. I've been experimenting with doing something a little bit different. Um, and I might try that throughout some of my games, but since this is my first game, I don't really need to get too risky. I'm going to just do the classic attack and see how things go. Only 2 hits. Only 1 hit in return. That's nice. Let's hopefully we can get a 2 rounder here. Definitely. And 3 total hits. I would say that's an average start. So I'll have 9 units remaining on West Russia, which should be certainly strong enough to hold that. Starting with 3 hits and only 2 on the return. Nice. 3 more hits. The bomber's gone. So if he misses everything, I tend to do a retreat here. Yeah, let's try a retreat and see how that goes. I do like to hold on to my tanks if I can. It's a little bit weak since I've really only got the 9 units here. But yeah, let's give it a shot and see what happens. So I'm going to bring all my infantry back except for one in Eurasia. Sometimes I tend to bring some of these Russian infantry here and into here as well. So we'll see. And I'm actually going to hold off and do a little bit of calculating. So I think I can hold it. So I will try to hold on here. I believe that's Szechuan. So I'm going to put a fighter here and a fighter here. I'm going to put, let me see. I'm going to put both AA guns there to really discourage that attack. And then I'm really going to stack up the 2 tanks here as well. So hopefully that holds. And we'll see what Fearless Phil does. And welcome back. It's Strategic Command, and we've got our round 1 Britain turn coming up. So let's access the game and see what Germany did. So it looks like they purchased 2 tanks, a bomber, 2 artilleries, and 3 infantry. And they attacked Karelia, of course, went and destroyed the destroyer. Didn't lose anything in Transjordan. Destroyed C-Zone 7, losing 2 Cubs and a cruiser. And then looks like they probably took a sub and maybe a fighter over there. Yeah, probably a sub and a fighter, and took out the cruiser. All right, so 3 units could attack here in C-Zone 7. So if I want to start building a navy, I could do that. Let's take a look. 24 units could come into West Russia. So I think I'll go ahead and, so I generally, how I rose to the platinum level previously is that I rose up the ranks by not doing the traditional building up the Atlantic force and went more for a Pacific force. But I got up to 12th, was mostly playing in the 20 range of platinum, but couldn't really do anything against the top players. It's just without having a double threat, they were really able to just command one, say the east part or the west part of Asia and Europe. So just really struggled with that at the higher levels. So I'm going to try this time around to go a little bit more traditional. So I'll do build in the Atlantic. I'll go ahead and take out the transport. I will take out that sub and going to attack the battleship. Since he has 2 units remaining, I'm going to bring I'll bring 2 infantry over, since he has the fighters down there as well with a bomber. So he's looking to be pretty aggressive there. And then I'll take out this transport. So it takes a little bit longer to build up here in East Asia. And I'm going to hold off on bringing the transport over, so we're good to go. So one of the main reasons for me doing this was to see what others' experience with, to see what your experience is with rolling with dice, because I seem to have pretty terrible luck, especially in Northern Africa. So when I'm attacking in Northern Africa, I tend to roll lower, and the defense seems to be better. But that's just anecdotal. So we'll see how it goes. All right, still have a nice force sitting there. So we can take this sub out. Hopefully it's going to keep the destroyer. So if he does want to take it out, he'll have to do so with a fighter and a bomber. It'd be nice to take out one of those. All right, got it on 1. I do tend to choose to lose the bomber. So I like the fighters for defense, as well as the bomber's going to die anyway. All right, I'd say overall a good start. So I'll bring the infantry over, bring the fighters back. Not sure what I'm going to do here. Yeah, he's pretty strong here, so I might split my forces, especially since they have the Atlantic force. So I think I'm going to he could be really strong here as well. But I think I'll bring the fighters and try to hold this. And I tend to pick up everything here and move it over. Sometimes I'll bring it into 43 just to try to save the Hawaiian force especially if I'm thinking about doing something with that force, I'm keeping it in the Pacific. But in this case, I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get those into the Atlantic. And that's our move. I tend to bring over an infantry just to start putting a little bit more pressure, but forgot to do that in this case. So probably won't be a big deal because I do have a pretty decent force sitting here. And I forgot to move this up, so little bit messy with my first time recording here. So hopefully as I get more used to recording, I won't make these silly mistakes because these are the types of things that can really kill you in games. So we'll see what he does. Hey guys, we're back for USA round one. And let's take a look at what happened with Japan. Already looks like quite an interesting board. So he purchased a bomber and an infantry and a complex. And the combat took out the aircraft carrier and the cruiser, attacked Yunnan straight up with infantry and artillery, lost that. Took out Sea Zone 53, but took a really heavy toll. Lost the sub, 2 fighters, aircraft carrier, and the cruiser. Took a toll in Burma as well. Got it, but lost 2 infantry. Szechuan lost an infantry, artillery, and 2 fighters to take out the 3 infantry. And then did well in Anhui and Eurasia. So interesting board. I think I'm going to actually change course, and I think I'm going to stay in the Pacific actually. So I'm going to purchase a fleet. As I just think that with this complex, with what he lost with this complex, with what he's got to, he's got to try to bring down a lot of troops to threaten India. He'd be able to do that, but if with the U.S. threatening him, I think he's going to have to stay up here. So the Brits should be able to cause some havoc down here in Southeast Asia, and then they're the ones that can hopefully get into Europe. So we'll see. I'm actually going to try to go for this. It's open here, but that would be an easy win. So I'm going to try and draw him down That'll free up the Pacific next round, but it probably won't make much difference. But yeah, I'm just going to try to take out that troop though. And actually, I do see an opportunity here that I hadn't seen. So let me think about that. I can take a destroyer here, have 2 destroyers. I can take out this fighter. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that actually because that'll help out. Yeah, that'll really help out actually. Okay. I tend to like to bring that over, but when I see this opportunity here, I think I'm going to take it. I'm actually going to bring the bomber in too, and then I'll land the fighter and the bomber in Gibraltar. So I think this is it for the attacks. Oh, nice. Good deal. Let's finish off the grid around here. Nice. So before this happens, I think what I've noticed is many times when there's a single infantry and this infantry hits, it seems very frequently that they get the roll on the defense, but we'll see. Yep, there it is. All right, I'd say that's a pretty good round. So I'm going to bring the destroyer here. He'd have to take out the two transports and the destroyers. He would need, yeah, he'd need to do it with a bomber. So it'd be relatively risky, I think. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'm actually going to stack this up a little bit just in case when I bring them back, I might want to keep the transports over there. So I'll go grab this guy. I'm actually going to bring the fighters up here. And we'll stick with that for now. So yeah, he'll have a decent Navy to deal with. So that's going to make him either commit to Navy, maybe just 3 infantry at a time if he really wants to build out Navy. So yeah, that's the plan. We'll see how it goes. And a nice haul here. So after one round, 138 to 148. So anytime the Allies are in the advantage, I think it's a good thing. So I think he's still really well positioned. He has a pretty strong force in Germany, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go the 6 and the 2. Or do I want to go the 2 and the 4? I think I'm going to go 2 and 4 because I think I run a, 2 and 5, so I can really do a nice counter. I just kind of have to see how things go because there's really no threat from Japan anytime soon. So all I'm going to do is, yeah, do the 2 and the 5, and then I'm going to attack Belarus with the 2 fighters. Yeah, many times this goes awry when they hit with that single infantry, but was able to take it this time. So I think what I'm going to do, he's got Got 20 units that can strike here, so maybe I didn't think this all the way through. But let's see, that'll give me... That'll put me at right around 20. Plus I have quite a few heavies with the tanks, the fighters, potentially, and then he's got 9 can strike there. So I'm going to retreat this. Sometimes I'll leave one troop there, especially with one troop. But he does have the fighter. He's got the bomber, so I'll retreat it. Let's see, 2. Yeah, I think I will leave it open and see what he does. Yeah, I think I'll go that route. I'm going to put all the artilleries here in case I need a counter strike. And 25, not bad. And we'll see you back for UK round 2. And we're back for UK round 2. Looks like Germany expanded into Africa. Ooh, and they made an attempt for, the Caucasus, and were defeated. So that's really going to set them back. Japan's no threat here, so Russia's looking pretty strong. And it looks like my gamble for staying strong in the Pacific is going to pay off, because I'm not really going to need that much of a presence, at least right now. So I'll have some time to recover. So anyway, let's take a look and see. Purchase 4 tanks, 3 artillery, 2 infantry. Took out an infantry and lost a tank in Belarus. Yeah, lost 4 fighters and a bomber and 7 tanks. Took out a lot in Caucasus, but pretty heavy toll for them as well. And let's take a look at the war report. So 110 to 126. I have 2 buys to their 1 buy. So yeah, pretty strong position here. So I'm going to try and take out Africa, or take control of Africa, should say. Make some advances here if I can. I think I can. And do some attacks here. So I'm going to start building up the Atlantic Sea Force. And I want some fast movers to start heading off what's going to be coming in Asia here. So let's go with this. And then I'm going to bring in these forces here, try to liberate France. Do this attack. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that tank away. I'll pick up an infantry from here. Return. Oh, actually, I wanted this fighter for here. You know what? I'll go ahead and bring the tank in. I don't want to really take any chances. So let's just double check everything. Have to think about what to do with this. If Africa looks pretty good in control, the Atlantic force looks strong, I'll probably reverse it. But yeah, I worry about that on the non-combat. Everything here looks strong, so let's go ahead with combat. Nice. All right, gonna one round it. Very strong. I'll have to commit a couple units since he doesn't have any air units over there anymore either. All right, really important to take that out on the first attack because I don't want his bomber to be able to come over and take out this transport. Good. Oh, very nice. No surprise there. Single infantry hits at a very much higher rate than what it should. Okay, just let me. I don't think I have any real worries about losing that. I am going to bring up. He's got nothing that can attack me. So if I reverse this, I think I'm going to reverse this. Just to put a little bit of a threat over here they might have to deal with. So he can't really leave this force and come down here. So anyway, I'd like to see if I can split him. Again, nothing can attack here, so I'm going to advance. I don't want to move everything actually, just in case. He's only really got one. He could bring these two over. So anyway, if he does, I'll have an infantry there. The fighter here, the fighter here. Now I have the option of bringing, and I can take out all of this with the U.S. forces most likely, with the fighter, the bomber, and these units. But we'll see. Yeah, let's see if I decide to do that. But yeah, that looks like. Oh, let me finally move this guy up. And that is the British round two. So everything's going to be placed here. In England, and we'll see what Japan can do here in their round two. Hey everyone, we're back for USA round two. So let's take a look at what Japan did. Purchased 3 tanks, 2 artilleries, and a transport, and took a bunch of territories that were undefended. So they're starting to make their march toward Moscow. Infantry, some tanks to be following up. Does have a couple of bombers and a relatively light naval force So I'm going to try to come in and put some pressure up here and let the British swoop down here and see if I can split the forces. I'm going to try to put pressure on Japan and the complex, so I'm going to need a little bit more some more troops. Let's see, I'm not going to need that now, so I'm going to build up Navy. There's the buy. I'm going to try to take out as much as I can here. I'm going to come up and see if I can take Finland. So that way that's going to be a little bit distracting as well. I'll bring this back, pick up a couple troops here, continue to put a little bit of pressure. And I think those are the only attacks. Looking strong. So here we go. All right. That single troop once again getting a hit on their first roll. Let's need a hit here. Good. All right. So I think attacks went fine. Start moving up to be in a position to start threatening the naval force and the complex. I need to do that. I don't think I'm going to be in any sort of threat over here. So actually, I'm going to start moving the destroyer. You might be able to use that in Pacific. Start getting a little bit defensive with the fighters. And the game is definitely going a little wonky from my normal game. But yeah, let's see. I'll put the naval units down and see if I can continue to pose a threat in the northern Pacific, going to be the Bering Strait, Bering Sea area, and allow Britain to come down here, handle Africa, and then begin to bring the British troops up to cut off the advance. Germany doesn't look like they're going to be a ton of a threat here, so, but we'll see, because yeah, have to keep putting a little bit of pressure on, draw some of those troops away. So here we go. And still at 42 production, so that's great. I'm actually not going to spend everything. I'm going to keep it like that, 4 and 3, see if I can have a little bit of leftover. So I'm going to attack. And here, He's got 7 units that can attack there. So I'm actually going to see if I can attack this. Oh, actually, let me think about it. Let's see, 3, 4, 5 units. Yeah, change of mind. I'm going to. Don't really want to play any games, so let me see if I can make these all real strong. I have 5 units here. I should be able to defend the caucus, take all these units out, and then be able to do counterattacks anywhere. So we'll go with that. Not a good start. I'm guessing 2 hits. Only 1. Okay, here we go, rolling. Yeah. Okay, more of the same, just terrible rolling. In my opinion, that's pretty terrible. Yeah, once again, a very lackluster rolling endeavor, but good thing I brought in those extra troops, so in the end it was successful. Gonna land infantry, sorry, the fighters back here. I'm actually I'm gonna bring these units out. Yeah, I'll bring those units out just for a little bit better defense. We'll kind of see what happens. I don't think I'm in any real danger. We get 6 units here, but I should be able to counterattack that. So, yeah, we'll see. Stack this up. And we'll be back for, oh, I forgot to check. Well, 22 with 23, so that's a decent buy next time. 105 to 146, so pretty good war power advantage. So things are looking pretty good. So we'll see what happens when we come back for Britain or the UK round 3. And hey everybody, we are back for UK round 3. Let's take a look at what Germany did. Purchased 2 tanks, a bomber, 3 artilleries, and 3 infantry. Took France back, losing 2 infantry, and then took West Russia without losing anything. Alright, so I think I'm going to attack up here. I think it's Finland. And so I can kind of build up in with the US in Norway. And I think I'm going to try to attack still in France. And then I'll, of course, attack Libya. And I think I'm going for the East Indies as well. Go ahead and try to take that out and then sort of force him to come down. It's going to be kind of difficult for him to kind of cover both. So yeah, I think that's going to be the play. So I'll start by, so I can take the aircraft carrier up. Yeah, with the fighters, I'm going to get a destroyer just to build up the force just a little bit more because I have a little bit extra cash this time. 3 tanks for India.
and then some heavy to go along with infantry for my counterattack. Attacking in Libya, I will bring this down. I'm going to pick up the infantry and the artillery, come into the East Indies here. Don't think I'm going to take in the cruiser. I think I'd try to keep it. I'll think about it as I'm doing the rest of the move. Take this one. I'm going to move up here. Also going to stay down here. I think I'll split the attacks that way. I made a couple mistakes I've noticed recently, so I'm going to try be a little bit more careful. All right, we're going to go with that. Everything looks good. I was really hoping to one round that. Okay, good. Be able to take it, no problem. He's not going to be able to take it back since I didn't lose anything. He's only has one infantry and a fighter. Yeah, he won't be able to take it back. He'll be able to certainly, obviously, take transports up, but that's okay. All right, on to the next battle. All right, going to take that. Not surprised. He's going to take one out the single infantry there. Ooh, okay. All right, Google got him. I'm expecting at least one, though. No, wow. All right. And finish off a series of good battles, hopefully. Nope. And as I mentioned, in Northern Africa, usually takes quite a while to get your battle won. Wasn't the case so far in this one, but yeah, that particular battle took a while. All right, so the fighter come here. The fighter will come here. All right, so he can only attack that with the bomber. Can only attack here with the bomber. Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, well, sorry, the bomb and the fighter, but I'll have the three destroyers. So he might be able to take that, but he'd probably lose at least one thing there. All right, so I'm going to move everything up. I am going to be able to attack with one fighter against the bruiser. Probably worth the risk for me. I want to bring everything, all the units up to here. Let me just double check. Yeah, so it'd be two infantry. He does have the two battleships that could fire. So yeah, I'll put the two fighters here for defense. And that'll be it. It's gonna be a nice payday. And we'll see you on the other side. Right, and we're back for USA round 3. Take a look and see what Japan did. Purchase a carrier, a fighter, 3 artilleries. We've got 2 artilleries. Oh, interesting. I could take Japan. Okay, anyway, let me come back to that. 3 artilleries, a fighter, aircraft carrier, and yeah, so I'm a little bit distracted with that. So anyway, he came down, he got the transport, took out the infantry in Thailand. So he made kind of a critical mistake here. I mean, he still has these 2 bombers, which is nice, but he brought down that aircraft carrier. So I can take it out because I have 2 fighters here, the sub and the cruiser. So I should be able to take that out. And then that left him thin up here. Got 8. That's I could kind of 8 hits, 8 hit points. I've got 11. So I might go kind of crazy here and see if I can bring. Could I just go with the 2 infantry and the 2 fighters and then bombard that and take it? He'd take it back. Or do I just take this out? I think I gotta go for Japan. So I don't really have any firepower. I don't really just have the fighters, but with the bombardment, yeah, I think it's worth the risk. I'm doing pretty well over there anyway. Um, yeah, so I'll build up a complex for Norway. We'll bring those guys in. And then I'll have this coming over after. We'll step away for a moment. So I'm just kind of getting my bearings here. And let's see, I purchased the complex so far. And I was going to get some stuff that start walking up over here. And then I do think I'm going to we'll go with the bomber. I don't know if I'm going to need that much C unit. No attack here. And I think I'm just going to go all out. Let's take a look and see what this looks like, because he's got pretty good defense there. Yeah, let's go for it. Why not? We'll see what happens. Just a game. All right, I needed that. Not good, not good. Come on, baby. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Incredible. Oh boy. uh, we'll keep going. Yep. All right. Nice. I'm going to keep the subs because I might be able to take something out with them. Hopefully. Yeah. No retaliation from that one. With no other. I will keep going. Come on. All right. Some pretty good damage though. We'll bring these up. All right. So he'll be able to take it back. Obviously, take this out, take it back. I just don't think he's going to be able to recover from that, but we'll see. Get my bomber over there. Yeah, I'll keep the fighter in position there. I'll bring this fighter up for 10. And, all right. Got a little bit lucky, but at the same time, he overhit early in the round, I'd say. But yeah, feeling a little bit lucky on that one. So I'll just be able to build that Navy back up now that I took that. So all the way up to 87. So that's nice. Okay, so I'm just going to beat him back here. He won't be able to bring too much up. I'll let the Brit take that out. Leave that there for defense. Or yeah, we'll bring it all in. I'll bring the tanks over here. Let's see what that looks like. I'll be able to defend that. Yep, looking good. All right, not bad. I was surprised the infantry hit. 2 hits, 40%. And I got him. So he hit over the 33%. Not a surprise. Let's just hope I can hit on par here. There it is. Nice. All right, great. A little bit of an under hit there, so things balanced out. infantry for defense there, so he cannot get to Russia. Even if he could, I wouldn't be that worried anyway, because I have the ability to stack it. You could have 7 units coming here. I'll be able to defend that. We won't be able to counterattack anything. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I'm going to build this up. Actually, I'm going to just take one. But I'm not. If he brings everything up, I wouldn't probably counterattack it anyway. I'll bring it up here just in case he goes up there. Be able to have 9 units attacking the 4. Probably have 7 or 8 units left. I should be able to retake it, but we'll see. All right. Not bad round 4, taking out one of the capital cities. I could have checked it again, but 93 to 142. So he's not going to be able to produce much this round. So, I mean, I'm going to be able to outbuy him by, I don't know, what is that, 3-4 times, something like that. So again, he'll be able to retake it. He's still got a decent attack power in Japan. But yeah, Germany is pretty weak. So, US isn't too strong, but they're going to be on the build. So yeah, we're looking pretty strong. So we'll see what happens when we return. Hey guys, we're back for the UK round 4. Take a look at what Germany did. 2 tanks and a fighter, 2 artilleries and 3 infantry. Took back France and took West Russia, only losing an infantry. So looks like it could be a little bit tough to dig them out there. So I'm going to try to help out Russia and attacking Karelia. We can get 3 tanks for India, load the UK back up, and then purchase another fighter. See if I can take all this stuff out. Oops. I am going to load up here. And attack into Karelia. This didn't exactly load right. Let me try again. Oops. Okay. And I'll put back the tanks in Russia, I think, after the battles here. So let's see. All right, hopefully that can take some of the pressure off of Russia. That single infantry hitting again. It was a thought to go after this just with the sub. So I don't risk losing Yeah, so I was going to lose that cruiser, but that's okay. It's better to take it out. All right, so I'd say that was successful. We should be able to defend this against the 2 fighters and the bomber. 3 destroyers, the aircraft carrier, 2 fighters. Yeah, I'm going to stack up Russia just in case. I will do a counterattack here in West Russia, but just in case it doesn't work, I'll have that good defense there. He could try and take this back and then still slip some troops down here. We'll see what he does there. But should have enough to defend that if he tries to do something like that. So I think those are all the moves. We'll see how Japan plays it and then come back for USA round 4. Hey guys, we're back for USA round 4. Taking a look at what Japan did. They retook Japan, didn't lose anything, and kind of spread out a little bit. So yeah, they try to thin out, looks like to spread me out. So he's sitting here with 2 battleships in the zone. So I'm just going to start building up a force. This is going to be for Norway. And then the rest of it is going to be building up a force to try to counteract that. Kind of debating on what to go with exactly, but I'm going to go with less units to have a little bit more firepower because I already have quite a bit of fodder here. So we'll see how that goes. So rather than, I just want to kind of start spreading or still spread him out a little bit more. I'm going to come in here and then see if I can take Northwest Europe because that'll kind of force him to use some of the units here for that. And I think that's about it for attacks. There's not much to do. I can't get this bomber in, so don't think I want to come in here and attack that. So yeah, we're good to go. All right, nice. So I'm just going to be able to get 4 units. Gonna stack this up, retreat everything, and then just kind of start building up, and then take it to them next round. So I'll have this come down and pick up these troops. They'll get into the fight next time. And I think I'm just going to leave these here for defense for now. So that's it for the round. Made quite a bit of purchasing. Should have moved this guy up. Yeah, sorry. It's just with the recording, I'm so distracted. So hopefully I can I can get through this and then get better at the recording aspect of this. So I'm not making so many mistakes. All right. Nice. 100 even to 166. They'll have quite an attack power advantage. All right, definitely want to get these tanks out of here, so I'm going to come in here pretty strong. Want to see what this looks like. It's favorable. I'd like to hold onto my tank, both tanks if possible, but I don't really want to take chance. And then if he counterattacks, I'll be able to then counterattack him. He has nothing coming. Yeah, he doesn't really have anything coming, so I'll be able to hold Caucasus, and I don't think I want to do anything else, so that's good. Let's hope for a decent attack. A little below average, I'd say. Not much. And of course, an overhit on his part, of course. I'm guessing 3, only 2. All right. I'll bring the tank in here, the fighters here as well. So he will have a hard time. I mean, if you wanted to try to take, say, both of these, you could. You definitely, building up the air units is wise. So he could take both of these, but then I'd be able to counterattack and get them both back. And then again, he'd have these probably at the most 8 units coming up, and then I should be able to counterattack again. So should be able to hold that off, and then these British forces should be able to then start counterattacking me in here and holding that off. So in a good spot. And so we'll have 23, not bad. And we'll see you for UK round 5. Hey guys, we are back in round 5 for the UK turn. Germany purchased 3 tanks, 4 artilleries, and an infantry. Took back Northwest Russia, took back West Russia, destroying an artillery and a tank, losing infantry. All right, not bad. So I'm going to keep the pressure on here. I'm going to try to position the U.S. to take West Russia so I can start stacking on there. I want to keep fighters coming in and some pressure coming in here. So let's take a look. I'm actually going to again, like I said, try to position this where I can take this out and have it be open for this tank to come in. We're going to attack here. Hope I don't take it actually. But if I do, it's probably not the end of the world. So yeah, let me go ahead and continue that. I'm going to come over here, take one of the tanks, take the 2 infantry, come back here, pick this up. Actually, no, all right. I changed my mind. I was thinking about this and didn't want to do this. Actually, I'm going to pick this one up. I'm attacking here. Have this fighter come in and attack as well, so I can then move this tank in. Keep tanks in. I'm going to keep attacking here. I'm not too worried about this at the moment. I don't want him to come down and take this, so I'll leave those there for now, and I'll move the tank up. Let me think about this. How many fighters do I have? 4 fighters. Yeah, I'm willing to lose a fighter here if I need to. Let's do the attack. All right, success. Okay, accomplishing the goal, but I mean, I don't even have anything to say to that, other than it's not really unexpected. Okay, so this fighter will land here. This unit will come in. Actually, no, I can't do that. Actually, that really hurts because I was expecting to have a fighter left that could land there. So anyway, that's fine. And then I was going to pick up this, drop it here. Mm, yeah, I'm not sure where to put those things. I guess I'll stack everything here. I don't really need those the east part right now. And this will be, yeah, this is defensible. All right. And keep the sub here, it's fine. Actually, it doesn't really hurt to move it up a little bit just in case. It'll be within striking distance. Not ready to move the AA gun just yet. All right, but I think that was a good round overall. Fighter here, 3 infantry, 3 tanks in India. Hey guys, we're back for USA round 5. Take a look and see what Japan did. Purchased an aircraft carrier, 3 tanks. 3 tanks, Manchuria, nothing in Japan except for that aircraft carrier. Broad fleet down. Okay. I think I'm going to be able to pretty much wipe them out here. So I'm going to go with 4 infantry, 3 artillery, a tank, 2 transports. I just want to start pumping in there. I don't think I'm going to have to worry about him building up a fleet. So I don't need much more of a fleet. So here we go. I'm going to take this into here, take West Russia. I don't know what was going on here, but he left his aircraft carrier exposed so the 2 bombers can take that out. And I think that's going to be it for attack. Let's double check. Yep, that's it for attack. All right, got it. Nice. Nice freebie there. Yeah, I don't think I want to risk having it out there. So finally going to move up this infantry. Transport the rest of this up here. All right. Everything's going to move up and start threatening Asia. I would say Asia in general. Right, I think that's going to be it. Oop, not what I wanted to do. Hold on a second. Let me restart. Actually, I just want to put this here. This is going to go here. Everything else here. So that's it for USA round 5. And 45 IPC is nice. Check the war report, and we've got a 92 to 167. He's going to be able to produce 70 next time, and I'm quite a bit over that, so looking pretty good here. I'm just going to do the 5-2 builds when I've got 23. Going to attack this with 1 infantry. I at least want to take it out so he can't threaten anywhere. Yeah, that single infantry sure does hit a lot. But anyway, so I'm not even going to worry. I don't think about any of this stuff. Yeah, let me think about it. I'm going to stack up here. Actually, maybe I will move a couple of units this way. Yeah, we'll put them out there just in case. I'll keep the tank back a little bit. We have 6 units. They're here. And it's fine. I'm just kind of playing around a little bit. We'll see, because I can I can bring quite a bit in now on here. So yeah, we'll go with that. We'll try to do a little bit of a two front. And only at 21, but okay. So it gives me 6 or 7 units next time. So we'll be back. And we're back for UK round 6. Let's take a look at what Germany did. 5 and 5. It's the Baltic states. Okay. So I'm going to continue to put pressure on them. I think here in the Baltic, kind of cut him from bringing those tanks up. And then I'm going to kind of hit here in Yunnan and try to take out all those bombers. Be a pretty fatal type of blow. And I noticed that this thing is just sitting down here waiting to be struck, so I'll go ahead and attack that. And it's going to bring 2 infantry to attack that, and then I'll bring that over later. Let's see. How do I want to strike that? I'm going to attack here. I'm going to block so he can't take the fighter out. I'm going to bring this fighter in as well. Let me just check to see what that looks like. It's only favorable. Yeah, it's fine. I'll just bring the 6 tanks in. I think I checked, and it was an 88% chance of success on that. I think even without the fighter. Do I want to do any other attack? I don't think so. I'm going to leave these for the Russians, try to get some extra K. Yeah, I think I'll attack this and split him. Don't really need to worry if I take all this out. If I don't take it out, he'd be able to retaliate. But I can't see that I wouldn't at least take out most of these units, and then I'd have like 6 units sitting there, so it should be fine. All right, I think I'll go with that. Looking good. All right, fighters miss every time. Right, nice. Keep putting the pressure on him. I'm gonna guess 1 or 2. Oh, nice, actually. Yay, I'm glad I was wrong. Took it all out. Okay, yeah, he's in big trouble. There's, oh, nice. No, I kind of wish I didn't do this. All right. I'm going to walk this up. That should stop him from advancing there. I think I'll land it back here. He can counter strike that. And get several units and attack it back, but it's all right. So he can only attack with one, two attack. Yeah, so I'm just going to bring this up here. One of these over here. And start walking this stuff in. And that's it. So we're going to place like this. Since I beat it back, I'm okay if I slow walk this. I got slow walking coming for the next round, but that's all right because then I'll just be able to. I've got all these tanks. Won't be able to take them all out, So I've got fast movers, and then I'll just be able to get fast movers in that time. So I was good with doing that. All right, we'll see how long he's willing to continue. 40 IPC. Let me take a look at the war report. And double him now. He does have a nice buy coming, but I'll be able to outbuy him. So we'll see what he does. Guys, we're back for United States round 6. Let's see what Japan did. Purchased 8 infantry and a fighter. Came down and took Szechuan. And brought 2 tanks in against that tank and lost. All right. Well, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to put a lot of pressure on them. I'm going to get a complex for here, a complex for here, infantry, artillery for here, and some of these infantry are coming up. I'm going to get a tank, so when these come over, they'll come back. Anyway, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be able to take out this complex, bring these bombers in. Yeah, I noticed that these fighters aren't here, aren't landed on the aircraft carrier. So that happens to me sometimes. I get kind of frustrated because I don't check in detail where everything's placed. I guess I need to do that because it sure looks like they land on the aircraft carrier and then they end up on the land. So anyway, I've got to check that. So now I'm going to bring the to be able to take the 3 units against 4, but with bombers and 2 bombardment supports. So he's able to take that. Don't think he'll be able to take it back. I mean, he won't be able to take out my units there. Yeah, I'm gonna let Russia take this out. So we can start building up more of a force. And wait, yeah, I'll wait on that. I'll bring these fighters up, and then next time I'll be able to attack a little easier. I think that's going to be it for the attacks, actually. Right. All right, pick them out. I'll be able to take that complex. 2 out of 3 isn't bad for him, but not enough. Whoop. Everything here is going to be able to come down. Got to be real careful. Make sure everything goes in its place. Definitely landed here. Gonna let that sit there. We'll see what happens next time. Maybe I'll come down here, take this out. All right, I think that's it for the attack. And yeah, it's going to be nice because when these come back up, they'll be able to pick up these units, and I'll be able to get an AA gun in there, and then be able to come down and start taking the rest of the Pacific. Actually, I placed these wrong. Yeah, those were already there, and they're going to walk up. Yeah, sorry, these go here. All right, now that we got it, and let's take a look. All right, Western United States. Okay, that looks right. 51 buy next time. 49 production, that's nice. War report 85 to 183, so heavy advantage here. I'm going to stay aggressive with the attack. Let's see, he can't really counter with too much. I'll just bring everything in. We'll see what happens. You won't be able to take it back, so I can always retreat it if you try to advance all this. You have 7 units. I mean, even if he does that, okay, that's fine. It's not going to affect much. All right. Nice. Okay. I don't know if it really matters where these fighters go. at this point, I'm actually I'll start retreating everything towards Germany because I'd say that Asia is pretty well locked up. We'll see how much longer he's going to continue. It's 25, nice. 83 to 191. He's only going to be able to purchase 65. And I can purchase that with just Russia and Britain and then 51 extra. So yeah, I think it's inevitable and it's just going to be a matter of trying to take everything out. So we'll see what he plans to do though. So we'll see what he plans to do. All right, we're back and we got a forfeit. So let's see if they did anything. Purchased a bomber, 3 artillery, 3 infantry. Picked the Baltic state, but decided to hang it up after that. Which, makes sense because they're obviously not going to come back from this. So yeah, I happen to have the first one in the book.